Hello, lovelies. Welcome to Be So Light. My name, Earth name is Felicia. My cosmic name is Priestess Makala. My Taino name is Niana. Why we got so many names just to get through this thing called life? So, there's been a lot of interesting things happening, and one of the things I want to acknowledge is the fact that I was talking to a friend and I said, Billy Carson has some sadness in his eyes. He looks really sad. But I'm not seeing the wife. Where is she? I said, I don't feel like they're together. Something's going on. And then this morning, my friend sends me this clip of him giving the words on Instagram that they are no longer together. And I was like, oh, shut up. So I was feeling that and sensing that energy. And I was like, So the reason why I bring this up is because a lot of things came up. As I was writing the newsletter, the new August letter is up and ready for you to read. So you have to go to galacticspirallight.com to go read that after you push the WordPress icon at the bottom. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, and I say, that Gene Key is going to really come true in all of its finest way, what we're stepping into, because where we are going energetically, we can no longer do this. And so you're going to get mad at me. Some of you are going to get pissed off because of what I'm about to say. So if you're not ready for truth and you don't want to hear it, I'm used to it. I'm used to people just, don't want to put up with what I'm saying. Then they come back later and tell me that you're right. Okay? So I'm going to get this. I'm going to prove my point. Where is it? Look. Oh my God. Here it is. Okay, so make sure you got your candle and your water ready because we're gonna have a little bit of fun. So remember when I think it was Gene Key. And I found out something else. I gotta look it up. Remember that song that came out by God, what is her name? She don't look right no more. They swiped her mind, and she was in Wicked. She was, what was her name? Starts with an A. That one, that young one. Remember when she put that song out, Seven Rings? Remember that? So that song can be taken in several different ways. We could take it as, oh, she was talking about Saturn. Oh, she was talking about, seven rings of Saturn. We could take it like that. But what if she wasn't talking about Saturn? What if she was talking about seven suns? Yeah. Oh yeah, I got something for you. I got something. Just hang in there. Hold on. So, in Gene Key 55, the dragonfly's dream. Okay. 55. And I remember I had to read this one several different times because it was just so much stuff in it. But there was the part, it talks about the faking freedom, the dying of drama, the reawakening of the solar plexus, the riddle of the eons, why all of us are having digestive issues, the seven root race and their corresponding planes and reality, the great change in the sixth race, the flowering and the fall. Hold on. Blaming, pivoting awareness, the stages of awakening sequence and heavenly hydraulics. And then it gets to this section where it says, Part 3, the manifestations, the marriage, the sacred couple. So, I knew something was going on when one time I was watching them both, and I saw this energy between them. And I said, what is going on with that energy? It looked like they were pissed at each other. But they were getting on there and they were trying to pretend like everything was A-okay. And they had to do this live because it was already posted. And they had to show up and do it. And I remember I typed in, and I got shit for this. I typed in under comments and I said, something's going on with you two. You two okay? Your energies are off. Oh, everybody flooded in. Don't say things like that. That was a negative comment. Da, da, da. I said, well, I'm calling it like I'm seeing it. They glowing going. Okay? So I was like, oh, wow. So the reason why I bring this up, because some of you, and this is what really gets to me. You know how we pay for rent, you pay for your car note, you know, you do it every month, you pay money, send a payment until you finally get that piece of paper that says it's yours, you own it, right? But in between that, you're constantly just test driving that car, and you might just not even pay that car off. You might just finally say, hi, lovely. You might just finally say, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and trade this car in and get something else. I'm about to light it up. So if you're not ready for me to say what I'm getting ready to say, I suggest you click the hell off. Get off, because I'm going there. I have to go there, because this cannot be anymore. This cannot be anymore. Because in order for people to really clear old program trauma, we have to stop conveniently signing up for the pattern. Oh my God, you guys help me out here, because help me stay. I'm going to try to keep the Kraken under control. Okay, so, because I really feel the Kraken of myself getting ready to freaking unleash. And I try to keep that, I try to keep it under control, try not to show that, try to be, yay, but today was like, oh, not. So, I have to say this, because right here, in Gene Key 55, the marriage of the sacred couple, the divinity, the divine sacred masculine, and the divine feminine energy, when they come together, they are anchoring the new codes in the new timeline of new Mother Earth. So if you get together and you're not really in the truth of everything, and you got all kind of callywhacket stuff going on, shadows, curtains, faking it, whatever, lies, deceit, you got that going on, you will not make it. because you didn't start off in a good way. You didn't start off in truth. You're not going to make it if you got a lot of shadow, a lot of hurt, a lot of stuff that you never really went in and cleared. You're not going to make it. It is not up to your partner to clear you, to make you feel better about you. You need to feel better about you. It is not up to your partner to fulfill some kind of emptiness that you're going through. You need to fill that up. You need to take care of that. Because when you do come together in a sacred union, you both walk the same way. You both walk in that energy together. Why am I passionate about this? Because I went through hell and back in my relationship when I was married. And when I got my ordainedship of ministry in non-denominational as a priestess to marry you, bless you, and bury you, all right? It's all about, I love to see people come together. I love to see people unionize and to be in love. But it's not enough to be in a union if you first don't love yourself and you don't know what that is. And then you get in union expecting that person to show you what that is. Because you didn't do it for yourself first. So this energy that's coming up, we're going to see a lot of deception of influencers. Let me just put that out there, because I can't stand this, and you know who you are. If you are with your goddess, and you've been with her, and you've gotten children's out of her, she is not a car. And you haven't made a conscious act of union. And it doesn't have to be on paper. Don't get it twisted. I'm not talking about you got to go out and get married on paper. I'm not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about where you make a vocal divine saying that you walk with the soul. That you are in it to win it. That you're not going to take off the first moment when the package starts to look a little different. Because the package gave you 2 children or gave you 3 children. You're not going to go take off and go run and go look for something younger. Because that's the nature of it. You're either in it together or you're not. And when you're in it together, you walk in your divine light of self together. But you know how to hold yourself, and your partner knows how to hold themselves. But when you come together in unity, you are the anchoring light of Mother Earth, of divinity love. You are showing what that balance is of divine feminine and divine masculine. That's throughout this whole planet. That's been messed up, especially with our trees. You got all these male trees that's releasing all this pollen, but the female tree is out of sync because there's not enough. So we're going around sneezing, coughing, having reactions because somewhere along the line, man has taken it too fucking far and has thrown everything out of sync. And woman is the one that keeps everything in balance. Period. So when you get in these unions, and it's taking your ass 5, 6, 7, 8 years to finally claim that you're going to go ahead and claim this person as someone that you want to be with the rest of your life, however long that is. Why is it taking you that long to figure that out? And please, I don't want to hear, well, I'm just waiting until I pay off my student loans, or I'm just waiting to get a better paying job, or I'm just waiting to, no, I don't want to hear it no more. I've been on this planet. I got blood and skin in the game. And I'm sick and tired of hearing that. Because it's such an old programming of belief that you can't go say you're with this person and claim it as such because you got all this belief stuff going on in your head. I've met people who had met each other overnight, stayed up all night talking to each other, fell in love with each other, went and got married within a week or two, and they're still together to this day. 59 years later. That's my parents. Period. You don't see that no more. You don't see that type of divine union, because it takes a lot to stay with someone that long in all their hiccups in life. And to raise a family together. You men who are out there, some of you have not claimed your goddess or your queen because of an old programming that was put into your mind that you're not worthy or good enough at this moment. And then let's say you go ahead and you get everything in place, you get the job, you get the stuff, but boom, you take off now, you leave because you got what you wanted. But you test drove your goddess and your queen. Got children out of her. What? She ain't good enough now? What's the difference? Help me understand what the difference is. Because that was the same person you met, same person you laid down with, same person you had kids with, and now all of a sudden, what? She's not good enough for you? Even vice versa if it was a woman that did it. I really want you to look at this because there are some influencers in YouTube world that are very proud to say they have these beautiful children, but yet and still they are scared shitless to commit 100% to their queen or their goddess. What's holding you up? Why is it taking so long to claim? So if you don't want to do it on paper, do hand fasting ceremony. You don't want to do hand fasting, jump the broom. You don't want to do that, exchange water and nourish each other to claim that you're walking together. Put it out in the ethers saying that you're walking together until you're unable to anymore. I can see if it's an abusive situation going on. Yeah, hell yeah, get out of it. Don't stay in it. Come on now. But I'm talking about you already looked at the model. You liked the model. You got in it. You test drove it. You really like how it goes. And you're going to keep it. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the ones that just keep sitting back and it's good, just the way it is. And women, you are just his fault because you let it keep going. And then when you speak out on it, then he throws up his hands and he's like, don't give me an ultimatum. So then you just kind of sit with it and you let it keep going. And then, boy, when he finally pops the ring and finally asks you to marry, and you look back how long it took him to do that. There is so much trauma healing, clearing, I should say. Forget the healing, let's clear it. That are amongst our own people because of the programming. And in order to really step into sacred union, this has to be dealt with. This has to be cleared, transmuted, neutralized across all third dimensional timelines, across all mother and father cellular timeline, across all ancestral timelines of when it first came in. Taking that union light away from you. I said I was going to get into it. This video is not going to be for everybody because I'm keeping it real. And the more I thought about it, the more I was like looking at the patterns. It's acceptable. Oh, we're seeing each other. Oh, we're going to move into each other's home. Yay. Oh, we're going to live together for a little bit. That little bit starts 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6, 7, 8, 9. What you waiting for? It's crazy when you really sit back and look at it. And then you hear these most devastational things. When they finally get married, something tragic happens. Life is short. If you are working through your shadows, great, thank you. Thank you for doing that for yourself. Don't put that burden off on your partner to fix you, because that's not what union is. Don't put that off on your partner to be your rescuer, your hero. Don't. You need to fix you, because you are the only one that knows what your issues are, not your partner. They're only dealing with what you're showing or displaying of yourself with. So as we're stepping into this August, look at that number 8. It goes up to the top, loops down, comes back up, loops back down, comes back up, loops back down. And if you turn it on its side, it becomes that's Persia, where it does this. What's going to be separated? What's in the middle? It's about to get really serious this month. As I was sitting and writing the newsletter, and I'm like, what's the energy? What's happening? What's coming up? Mr. President wannabe Trump, you have not honored all your words. Whichever one of you that needs to do that department, you need to go back and you need to go get this food prices and gas way lower. You're not honoring all this stuff for the American people like you said you would. I'm calling you out on that. Okay? Make it right. I don't know which one of you Trumpsters is doing that department, but that Trump whatever needs to go in there and do it right. I don't know, red tie, blue tie, gold tie, purple tie. Whichever one of you is over that department, you need to go fix it. ASAP. Oh. So we have this energy of August. Everyone's going to line up. Oh, Lion's Gate. All right, yeah, secondary. Depending on what calendar system you are following. Because everything you know that's Gregorian is all misleading. It's all inverted. It's all bullshit. So what we're going with is a consciousness awareness of energy. Now, this is what was interesting. As I was writing the newsletter and putting it together, and I'm listening and I'm hearing this, and I had to write it down. It says, old money cycles coming to an end. Everyone's thoughts creates the outcome of the plan. If everyone is having connections to beliefs of war or planet going into destruction, it will be that. It will come out like that because of people's minds are being controlled to be in that fear of what is to come, even if it hasn't happened yet. So wherever you're seeing energy attracting you and pulling you into that energy spot, and your mind is there, is to get you to anchor into that, so that by you thinking about it, it becomes reality. So more than ever, we really have to watch what we're thinking. What we're seeing that's coming up in our faces that's trying to get our attention, so we'll focus on it. If you're not wanting to see those things, then we're like, that's not a part of my world. The world that I see is going to be this. The world that I feel is going to be this. And that's our part as divine beings that we are. We need to be anchoring that. We really need to hold that true. And not be in this place of where every time we hear this, or this is speeding towards Earth like this, and it's going to... Maybe I don't want to deal with that. Maybe I'm seeing everything that's going to be just fine. Maybe this is something that's happened for thousands of years, and it'll just go on by. We don't have to make this come into fruition. Does that make sense? Because this is now that like pivotal energy point we're sitting in. It's building and building, and everyone wants the solar flash. Everyone wants to be right on who called the solar flash right. We've been getting our flashes, just not in the way that you are thinking we should be getting it in. Oh, there's one that's coming. But everything has to line up just right, so that when it happens, it knocks out everything that is non-divine. Knocks it all out. Gets rid of it. And when that alignment is in place, that's how we'll know, oh, whoa, we're in a different timeline. We're in a higher timeline. We're in this timeline now. And then the ones that didn't make it, they're going to experience all of the chaos. They're going to experience all of the devastation, because that's where their mind went. That's what their expectation was, is that. And those of us that say, oh, I'm not going into that, I'm choosing not to believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Okay? So it's really important for us to really zero in on this energy of what we are creating, how we really see it. What is the plan of corrections in nursing terms with the most divine care plan output? What is the plan of corrections? How do we go through and do the plan of corrections of what has been indoctrinated over all of us? And I'm not talking about just one race. I'm talking about humanity. What's been indoctrinated over all of us, and undo that cycle, and no longer allow that energy to keep feeding into our cortex of belief. We now take the time to rewrite a new coding and put it out there. Override artificial light, override the nets, override all these beings that are mocking, mimicking, walking around, demonic forms, whatever you want to call them, doing their craziness, because that's all they got. They ain't even got kibbles and bits. They don't even have any bits. They just got a kid. That's it. But they need you to believe in the storyline, so that you will create it coming in through your fear and your limited beliefs. So, there was a lot I wrote down on okay, so you know how we have 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons. Okay, 666. That's the carbon base. We're moving into the Christos and crystalline base, where we get 2 more electrons, 2 more protons, 2 more protons, electrons, and neutrons. Okay? That's going to make it 888. So, in this process of this consciousness of this Lion's Gate secondary that we're looking at and energetically moving into, we need to really utilize this as a time to upgrade like nobody's business, and to really ask for it in such a way that you feel that. You don't feel that blockage. Artificials, all that stuff, it can't talk to you because it can't match your frequency. You're not matching to it, it can't match to you. It can't mimic divine in a way to become a divine being, because that utterly would means it would have to stop being the illusion. And it's not ready to give that up. The illusion is all the game that it has to keep this going. So, I thought it was really interesting when I was looking at this, and I like how Empress, she put a spin on talking about your real name, your soul name. What is that? Because you have a soul name. But what happens with all the stuff that's happened to us, and the wiping of the minds and the dimming of your light, and you're thinking this is what you're supposed to be in the purpose of, and it's really not that, it's really this over here, and the trickery that comes in. And how do you tweak that and say, nah, I'm not saying that. We've done all kind of different clearings on here. We've done all kind of ring the bells, sound the alarms. We've done all the different things. Each time we get to a little bit higher, because everything spirals in layers. I'm not spiral light, galactic spiral light for nothing. we journey in layers, in a spiral. So get your candles and your water ready, because we're going to go into, now this is a weird thing. Last night when I was doing my research and I said, well, I want to write about this, and the mitochondria kept coming up. And I said, when I look at the cell of the mitochondria, I see like a brain. Have you guys ever really looked at a mitochondria cell? It's very unique. I really love that. Look at that. It looks like a brain encased in a membrane. So it's the communicator within the cells. It runs the energy, the ATP, the Krebs cycle, all comes into that cell. Boom. It talks. It gives the cells energy. It helps the energy between the DNA and the RNA, the messengers. It does that. It's the energy controller of that cell. Gotta have energy. Okay? So, I want you to think of this. This is a crystal heart, right? Shaped like a heart, crystal. Okay? I want you to think about something. And I want you to think about your crystal heart. Oh, we're going there. Hope you're ready. And what I want you to do, we're going to set it up like this. We're going to go ahead and light our candle. First of all, I'm going to do this. Today we're stepping into August 1st, kin number 130, white cosmic dog. I endure in order to love, transcending loyalty. I seal the process of heart with the cosmic tone of presence. I am guided by the power of timelessness. The color is white. The planet is Mercury. The chakra is the crown. Yes. And Earth family is polar. We do have the special cube, which runs a 7-day, it runs like a 7-day cycle called the Warrior's Cube. And this is initiating the telepathic registrations of superior reality, meditate you from all directions at once. Now, Sirius B52, hyperplasmic enlightenment. We have super sun out there. Plus we have the 7, and that 7 of the crown breaks down to the 7 number is the dimension that just as space is a dimension and time is a dimension, where there is a number, there is the mind of the space itself. So when we see that 7, it is connected to that crown in the mind of the self, dimensionally. Okay? So we're going to utilize that energy as we move into the crystal heart. And I thought it would be really cool to take and activate the sacred crystal heart, connecting it back into the divine source, activating into the light body self. But in order to do that correctly, we have to have a candle. That's the initiative one that shows your sacred flame of your heart. Okay? Shows the sacred flame of your heart. So this is your sacred flame. That's representing your spirit flame. You're calling it that. We're physically doing something that aligns with an outcome. Okay? Then we're taking the water and we're going to speak into the water, because the water holds memory. And it doesn't matter if you distilled it, if it's been filtered. The one thing that you cannot get rid of is the divine message in the water itself that is coated, that makes it the liquid crystals that it is. The liquid crystal that it is. Because this water can be down in the center of Mother Earth and crystallize itself into selenite, which is the plasma. And selenite, if you take that and put that in water, it starts to break down. So you're going to take your water, you're going to take your candle, and you're going to go ahead and light your candle, because we're going to bring fire into this, which is your flame. Okay, flame is lit. So everyone light your candle. And all I want you to do is just take in a nice deep breath, get your water, have your flame, get your candle lit. So I'm going to walk you through this. We're going to journey into this together. You are going to activate that flame of yours. Bring it up even higher as we're going through this energy in this month. And then with your water, you're going to take your water, and I need you to speak to it. Okay, so everyone light your candle. You only need a tea light candle, but please make sure it's in something safe. Okay? Notice how I wasn't even thinking, I got this, oh, but it's green. And I'm like, oh. So your crystal heart, I just want you to just visualize what your crystal heart looks like. And with your crystal heart, because it's that sacred crystal heart, we're going to activate that. And in this, I want you to consciously rebuke, break, revoke any soul contracts that you were tricked into unknowingly in your soul, okay, and was deceived, okay, you were deceived to believe that this is what you're supposed to be doing, or what hardships you went through, what illnesses you went through. You're going to rebuke all that. You're going to say no. You're going to activate that divine source light within you and bring that flame up. And you're going to leave this candle burning as a part of your consciousness of unity of what you just did today. So, we're looking at compassion, forgiveness. We're looking at having the empath energy, receiving that. And we're also going to ask the water to bring back what your true soul name is. So if you start seeing pictures or hearing sounds or seeing certain letters of what your true soul name is, that's your soul name. Not your earth name that your mother and your father gave you. Not even a tribe name. Your true soul name is one that you have been going by for eons. Your soul knows what it is. But because of all the incarnations and dumbing down your memory, it's tucked in so deeply. We have to rattle that cage and get it out of there. Okay? All right. So your candle is lit. And I just need you to say, now it begins with this sacred flame I hold before me. Let this flame burn within me that represents the true light of me. Now it begins. I call my sacred flame forward. I call my sacred flame forward. I call all that I am and who I am through my sacred flame. I call it forward. Okay? Take your water. I speak to the waters. Waters of who and what you are as liquid crystal. I ask you to allow me to remember my soul name, to remember who I really am with my sacred flame intact. Before I was rewritten, rescripted, put into a different consciousness, a lower consciousness. I ask now that these sacred water, the codes within the water that has the memory in all of itself, to awaken my deep soul memory of me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, now hold it up. Take your left hand and just have it flat. And just allow yourself to just hold that water as it's being activated and bring it down. Hold it to the heart space. Take a breath in, breathe into the water. Drink the water. Okay, let it go. Let it move through the body. Close your eyes. Breathe in. Feel how the water is flowing through your body. As it unites with your sacred crystal heart, the liquid crystal plasma communicating with each other through the DNA and the RNA, through the protons and the neutrons and electrons, through the mitochondria, the cytoplasm. Breathe in. Exhale it out. See the light of flame igniting with your sacred crystal heart. See the glow of the heart as that light intensifies, becoming a diamond white light, connecting to the divine source into your light body self. Hold that energy. See the light become brighter. Feel the lifting in the center of the chest as that light becomes more activated. Let all falseness, deceptions of soul contracts that has ever occurred in your incarnations of yourselves now be fully neutralized, unhooked from you now. Let these deceptional soul contracts of energy of beliefs that are not true for you now fall away from you and completely disintegrate into the ethers of timelessness. For we call forth the sacred flame within, through the sacred waters that flows within, to be fully activated through the sacred crystal heart that is united with divine source through the light body cell, calling it forth now to be fully activated, divinely aligned, amplified, rectified. Breathe. Light up the plasma, light up the heart space. Unite the sacred flame within. Bring forth the soul true name. Feel it, see it clearly. Hear it. See your sacred flame burning brighter. Breathe. Allow those crystals to be activated within. Allow the cells to flow within. Breathe. Feel that sacred flame coming straight up into the chest itself. Feel it burning brighter and brighter. That is your flame. Breathe. Feel the warmth as it expands within your light, becoming your true essence, your true light, your soul light. Breathe. And just simply by you saying you no longer consent to any soul contracts that were deceptions, deceivings, creating a life that is truly not yours to live. Creating anxiety and fear, creating anything of illnesses where you took that on through a deception and did not know it. We hereby now break those contracts, no longer consent to them. And let them now be cleared across all third dimensional timelines through the mother and father cellular cells and ancestral cells, all the way back to the time of disruption, to the time of the artificial takeover of you. We now release those. And we call in the sacred flame within through the sacred waters that flows within you to fully activate. Take a nice deep breath in. Hold that breath. Exhale it out. Take a nice deep breath in again. Hold that breath. Exhale it out. Karaya sata ala. Breathe that in. We call to the sacred seven suns to unite in our flames, to allow us to remember who we truly are. All gifts that are aligned with us through our flames and through our crystal heart, let them now be activated and aligned. Breathe that in, let the activation begin. And bring both hands to the heart space. Feeling into that space. Let your hands just hover right above your chest. Feel that current. Breathe that in. And expand that light out. As you can take a nice full breath, feeling that release of all that old deception of energy lifting off of you, being cleared and neutralized out of your space. And when you are ready, just unite and bring in the beautiful seven sacred suns through that galactic sun, through that cosmic sun. Allowing that activation to unite with you. That feeds your soul flame. Replenishes you. Rebuilds you, activates you, awakens you. Breathe. And when you are ready, slowly open your eyes and be present. Pick up your candle and simply say, I remember who I am. I remember my name. And this light that burns within me. Activates me. Okay, put a 8 in the comments that you are back. And we will close out with our card read of energy for the rest of this weekend. Okay, you're back. Good. Yay! So like I said, the beginning part of this video is all about really stepping into that sacred union energy. If you have a divine partner that you've been with, good. If you're trying to create space for that, good. But if you're in a situation where you entered into it for the wrong reasons, you might have some lessons coming your way. Okay, how's everybody feeling? Is everybody feeling okay? The real thing is not to feel spacey. You should feel lifted. Like something just flew off of you. Okay, the higher one, shut the front door. My cards. You won't believe I got goosebumps all over me. Which card I just pulled to start this off. Divine Union, Soul Agreements, Ascension, Creational Energy, number 17, which makes A8. Can't make this stuff up. How does that, I got goosebumps all over me. Holy Cholito. Card number 17 makes an 8. Just shows you where we are. Okay, it's on now. Cosmic Tones of Light, number 36, is our portal activation here. Cosmic Tones of Light. That is insane. The soul contract is embrace the change. Change is a sign of growth. Embrace it and let it guide you to the higher dimension. Flexibility, renewal, inner transformation. Look at that, how it's spiraling. Okay, the secret of the language of darkness is number 10, spiritual warrior. Discover and honor your inner courage. I love this. Look at that wolf energy. And the light of it brings it into number 24, wellness. Look at that heart. So that is the read of what we're looking at, embracing change, and this is playing a huge part of it. There it is, that divine union. So I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing a lot more things coming undone with people, because of lack of truth to be united in a good way and to really honor that. So this is also a time to call in your divine partner if you so wish to call that in. But make sure you're ready for that, and make sure what you're calling in is someone that is put together. You're not trying to rescue them. You're not the mommy or the daddy of the relationship. No. Everyone needs to come in whole within themselves to walk together. That means you did your work. You did your stuff on you. You're still going to have some hiccups along the way, but the majority of the main thing that needed to be fixed, you took care of it. And you're not going to blame anyone for anything, and you're not going to look for the same cycle that you've been dealing with, and it keeps showing up because you keep picking the same energy over and over. No. You're standing in your flame of light. So let that flame of light now emanate all around you to actually bring in, magnetize that energy. Okay? Let it all come and bring that into you so you can see that. All right? All right, lovelies. It's been my pleasure to come in and to really go down this rabbit hole and really talk about this, because it's an energy that has to change, and it's an energy that we can change and say no more to. That we can actually unite in our flame to move those painful programmings out of our space. Simply just by talking to the water, telling it what you needed to do. So when you drink it, you feel that coming out. You feel that movement. Moving out of your space. Okay? Any questions before we call this medicine complete? Okay, looks like everyone's good. I just cannot believe I got that card, Divine Union. That's too funny. Oh, my own cards. Yeah, that's just too cray-cray. Is everyone good? 3-3. I like it. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for hanging in there. Thank you for doing your part to help accelerate the light on this planet. We all have a part to do, and we all have to stand in that part and do that. Okay? All right, have a fantastic weekend. I may not be on this weekend. I kind of been just taking time to myself and just processing, because getting ready to do those 10 days coming up pretty soon. Okay? Working another 10 days of energy. And that's going to start on August 17th. So it's like, ooh. All right, lovelies, be good to yourself. Much love. Thank you so much for being here on Be So Light. Like and subscribe. Stay true in your light. Be true to you in your light. All right, lovelies. Make it great and be good to yourself. Oh, I will. I plan on it now. Thank you. All right. Much love. Bye.